And here for you, some Battlefield 3 playing on the No Shark Canal, some team deathmatch here at the AK, and it's a pretty good game overall. I would say this, it's a pretty good match overall. And how Battlefield 3 works is you kind of make your own servers if you want to, and how it works, a lot of people typically take the tickets and make it a ridiculously high numbers of the games are like all like an hour long. And I'd say overall this might have been maybe a 30-minute match somewhere along those lines. And I decided I'm going to crop it up here, kind of just put together all the little highlights of the match. And as you guys can tell, I've gotten a lot better at PC. I've gotten a lot better at Battlefield 3 on the PC, just practicing, and it's awesome, man. I can move, I can drop, I can shoot, I can throw stuff. The amount of progress I've made in just a few days is ridiculous, and you guys will be seeing that throughout this video, and I'm pretty excited to be sharing it with you guys because, you know, the first time you guys saw me play Battlefield 3 here, it was embarrassing. I was having difficulty moving and shooting at the same time. It took me 2 hours to figure out how to reload. It was just, you know, I wasn't doing good, but you'll be seeing throughout this video that I'm doing a lot better. But let's talk about this. So I was thinking about this last night because last night I was running out the videos and I was uploading it, and today actually uploaded to my channel was the final episode of the Walking Dead Survival Instinct game. The game, I beat the game, all the videos are up, it's done, finito, kaput, it's done. Now I'm sitting here thinking, man, I have an idea for the greatest game ever. And I really, really, really hope something similar to this can come out on the next-gen console. So hear me out here. Let's talk about this. So I've played War Z. If you've heard of War Z, it's kind of like a ripoff of DayZ. And if you don't know what DayZ is, it's an open-world zombie apocalypse game where it's kind of like the Walking Dead game in a way. You know, you're kind of walking around, you try and scavenge for things, and there's zombies. There are zombies in lots of different areas. And the cool part about the open world idea is there's a bunch of other players in the world as well. And it's really similar to the TV show The Walking Dead, like that you can't trust anybody. You see somebody, chances are, I mean, they might be nice, they could be friendly, but for the most part, they're probably just going to try and steal your stuff. You know, they're going to try and kill you and take what you got. It's like, you ever hear the saying, fight the dead, fear the living? That's kind of how it is. Playing like I've never personally played DayZ. I'd have to get like Arma 2, and it's just a really complicated installation process, and I never really played it. But I did play the War Z, which is kind of like a really cheap knockoff of it. But I'm sitting here thinking, this game is fun. The War Z, DayZ, they're fun games. They're decent games overall. But what I would really like to see, especially on next-gen consoles, is for them to take that idea, the similar idea of like an open-world zombie apocalypse game, a giant, I'm talking freaking massive open-world game, right? I'm talking something like that, and make it for next-gen consoles because they can probably handle something of that magnitude. They could, and making it so much better than what DayZ is, right? So you take this open world environment, you take this idea, you picture like a Red Dead Redemption or a Grand Theft Auto, like how big those are. Take that and make it like 10 times bigger, right? Make all these different areas, make it so you can have tons of people within the game, make it so there's tons of different areas and stuff like that for you to go to, tons of different things for you to do and whatnot, and make it as beautiful and as smooth as Call of Duty. So I talked about this in the video about like the skill gap between games and why I believe Call of Duty is like the benchmark for like a first-person shooter game, just because of how the controls are, how smooth and just fluent everything is. Picture like a DayZ with Call of Duty graphics, right? Picture it. Just picture it for a moment. Just sit back. Just picture a DayZ where everything you do is smooth. Right, everything you do is smooth, the guns handle well, and it's a very simple process that way. You just putting that together, and you combine that with the fact that it's a giant freaking open world. I'm talking freaking ginormous. Like, I'm talking like the biggest open world that we've ever seen, which, then again, who knows how big they've actually seen, because I've never played that. I have very limited experience here on the PC, but I do know that like open world games, stuff like that, can definitely lean themselves more towards the PC than console, because the PCs have a lot more power than consoles. But with next-gen consoles, they might be just as powerful as high-end gaming computers, so who knows how that's going to work out. But I would love to see a game like that, and I honestly think if people are talking about like a COD killer, right? Ever since Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, people are like, oh, this game's going to overtake Call of Duty as like the most played, like the greatest game ever. I think because there's no other games as of right now of its kind. I mean, there's DayZ and War Z, but there's no mainstream games that aren't just mods or aren't just like rip-offs of other games. Like I think DayZ is actually a mod of Arma 2. Am I right with that? Its own game, its own dedicated game. Hell, the people at like Modern Warfare 2, right? Was it Sledgehammer had a lot to do with the multiplayer? You get Sledgehammer, I don't care how bad Modern Warfare 2 was. I mean, you didn't like the spawns, you like to play things yourself and whatnot. But the point is, they know how to make a Call of Duty game. Right? They understand the concept of putting together a Call of Duty game. They take that same general concept, they take that kind of engine. You combine that with a giant, massive, open world zombie apocalypse game. I think that could be one of the biggest, most successful games in the history of video games, right? You picture all the different guns that are within the game. Like, as a YouTuber, like, the reason Call of Duty, one of the reasons Call of Duty is so successful, the reason same goes for Minecraft, is because Call of Duty and Minecraft really lean themselves towards YouTube and has a really big following on YouTube. People doing tutorials of how to get guns, how guns work, different strategies to implement in this open world zombie apocalypse game, which is so, I'm really stressing this, but I want the world to be so ridiculously big that there are like ATV four-wheelers, there's like dirt bikes, there's like Jeeps and vehicles you can find. I'm talking like, you know, gas stations where you have to, like, similar to the Walking Dead game where you have to find gas and just, I would love like this open world zombie survival game with, you can go in there, you can join up servers with your friends, right? You can, you know, try and survive together. You can try and play solo and run solo. You know, while playing War Z, some of the coolest experiences I've had in that game is like, we go up to like this military base. Also, I was playing with my friend Foxhound. We go up to this military base, and we're kind of like, you gotta be careful in that game. You don't just want to like Rambo in like where people might be. And we hear gunshots coming down from that military base, and we look down. We can't find the guy. And just that feeling of like we're trying to sneak through here because we don't know if that person is gonna be trying to kill us. We're trying to get the one up on them. We're trying to find supplies at the same time, all while trying to avoid all the zombies. It just, like, I picture a game like that, and I think it would be the greatest game ever. Just oh, it sounds like such an awesome idea. And I've heard talk that DayZ might be coming to console, but if DayZ comes to next gen consoles, that would be the freaking, oh man, it would just be so good. But then again, DayZ isn't as fluid and smooth as Call of Duty, so who knows? But then again, maybe it will be with next gen. I don't know. I just want to make this video discussing that, sharing that idea with you guys, because I think that would be the greatest freaking video game ever. I hope I explained it well enough that you guys get the idea of what I'm envisioning here. But hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I will say this though, it definitely feels good to be finally good at Battlefield 3 and finally be able to do good at that, because I wasn't that good at Battlefield 3 before. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think would make the greatest video game ever? Because I think that would just be such a freaking phenomenal idea. Like, I was sitting here actually, like, legitimately while watching SportsCenter in my bed, like trying to fall asleep, I was like picturing different ideas for this game and how awesome it could be. So hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please know leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And man, it feels good to be good at Battlefield 3 on the PC finally, man. I finally found a way to be good.